What's up, guys? BK Pro TV here. We're back, folks. And, of course, it's with Friday Night Live, right? Obviously. Good stuff's happened this week, as always. So, what better thing to get right into? Better enough, a family in Utah has turned their house into a gingerbread house. I mean, look, guys. They literally did it. I'm not Quacky McGee or whatever. This happened. So, pretty ironic was that her house was like, one of those red brick houses. So, it make it pretty easy to just go and be like, I want to turn my house into a gingerbread house. And that's exactly what happened. Her goal, of course, was to spread some holiday cheer. Good job, right? Obviously. But other news, the big news this week, big news. All right, we got tornadoes. There was just quite a lot of them, and especially in the Midwest area. I mean, hopefully, and nobody's house was extremely damaged from it. Mine really wasn't. I concrete it to the ground, to make sure, it wouldn't get leveled or anything. You gotta make sure the big bad wolf won't blow down my house, I gotta do what you gotta do, right? There are tons of relief efforts out there to help, clean up and rebuild these houses. Oh, there's a lot of them out there. So I encourage you guys to go check them out and down below. Besides that, COVID-19 is back again. Just had to tell us. It had to tell us from the holiday season that it's back because all the sports leagues are experiencing big outbreaks, and 9 to 10% of the NHL is already out. And the Bruins and the Canadiens were going to be playing on Saturday, but the game was postponed due to COVID-19. However, it was pretty contradictory because they played Thursday night, which was last night, and lost 3-1. Even though they had 7 players out on COVID protocol. I mean, you could argue that's why they lost that game 3-1. Wasn't the best game out for them. But they're in the new Islanders Center. Yeah. So, Islanders, like I said, one of the best teams in the entire league, so hard place to play in, for sure. But it was also that case because last night was also Thursday Night Football. Oh boy, it was a good one. Travis Kelce had the game-winning touchdown in overtime. It was an OT thriller. That was a good one. And it's also a good one when the NFL is now affected by it too. The Browns and the Raiders game was supposed to be played tomorrow night. In the afternoon, because the NFL has to go on Saturday now. Now, I have a whole elaborate theory about this. Since the college season is basically over, the NFL is now we gotta hit that Saturday schedule too. Well, come on, guys, this is so genius. We have to do this. I think that's the conversation that was being told to everyone, and Roger Goodell was "That's awesome. We need to do that." So I think that was the conversation that went down. But multiple games have been moved to Tuesday night due to all the players being out with COVID. I still don't know if the Pats and the Colts game is still on. As of right now, I think it's still on. So you can count on that tomorrow night. Get football every 2 days now. Pretty good right now. It's happening for us now. And the NBA might go into another shutdown too. Like I said, COVID's back and it's really, shutting these leagues down again. Many teams are having to postpone games now, including the Calgary Flames also, where a lot of their games were moved too. So, oh no, folks, it's back. Here to stay, right? Alright, so we got a interesting top 10 Senate seats that are most likely to flip the next year. Coming in number 10, it's Missouri. And the reason why I say this is Mr. Blunt is retiring. Damn! yeah, that guy smokes a lot of blunts. Maybe that's why he's retiring. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't smoke blunts. Who knows? But yeah, like I'm retiring incumbent, so you're gonna see this a lot with the Republican states, obviously. And it's also with number 9, Mr. Rob Portman of Ohio is retiring too. He's an incumbent also. So I think Democrats are going to want to win both these states. Number 8, you got Florida, which is ran by Little Margot. Got tiny hands. Now, the red has been dominating the state for a few years. They've been doing pretty good here, so I don't know really why they would say it's a competitive, because we are going to assume that the red is going to take back Florida, as they usually do now. But, it's Florida, so it'll be competitive, as always. The next state we got is New Hampshire, which is interesting because their governor, Sununu, he basically announced that he just wants to keep being governor. So now the seat's wide open for Republicans, which is seeming like a trap to fill that, because we just assume that Maggie Hassan is just going to win it, which most likely might happen. We don't know. Republicans could get a good candidate like Kelly Ayotte. Yeah. The next one we got is North Carolina, and once again, Mr. Burr is retiring. Mr. Burr is pretty interesting, He was a Trump-endorsed candidate that is retiring, so maybe a lot of these candidates just don't want to deal with Trump supporting them. You're supporting retirement now. Clocking in at number 5, we got Nevada. This state they elected the first Latina senator. It was Catherine Cortez Masto. If that's wrong, let me know. Because, bunch of names is the thing we least need to do right now, obviously. But reason why they have this, I'm surprised this one's pretty high up on the list, because usually Democrats can usually get this one, but in recent times it has been proven to be closer. So assume that's why it's on the list, but it surprised me high for my regards. Number 4, we got Arizona, which right now is being held by Mark Kelly. Republicans are right now like, get out of that seat! Right. They want to be in there, but he's shown high approval in the moderate Democrats after he was against Biden's border crisis. Apparently, that's going on right now. So he called out the fact that the border is getting overrun and it's just getting flooded. Number 3, we got Wisconsin. Yes, the Wisconsin Cheeseheads. It's competitive, we got Ron Johnson, who's the Republican incumbent right now. But with all the controversy going on with him, maybe he might not get back his seat. They're going to steal his seat. I'm not saying they're going to, but like a lot of people are saying, it might get stolen, it might not, But generally, just watch the seat. Number 2, we got Georgia. You could argue that this 1 seed is really interesting. We got Raphael Warnock, who, if he wins in 2022, will be in there for 4 more years, equaling a 6-year term. And that's a damn long time. Or I should have said, that's a long damn time. However, right now we got, a former NFL player, Herschel Walker, is wanting to take the seat. And David Perdue is presumably going to take, instead of the Senate seat, he just wants to be the governor. And of course he's backed by Trump, because him and Brian Kemp don't get along. So that's that story. Georgia's an interesting place, and we're definitely going to watch it next year. So I can see that one being number 2. But number 1 is kind of surprising, and it's Pennsylvania. Then again, Pat Toomey's retiring, so what can you really expect? That just blows it wide open. Like, are you going to see their Secretary of State run for Senate? Tons of questions about who's going to run because Toomey's retiring. Wow. So yeah, that's the top 10 seats that are most likely to flip in 2022 as of right now. But yeah, I want to get to the story. Story time. So, last week, this is the reason why I've been filming for like the past week, because I've been, quote unquote sick. Because sick could be a bunch of different things now. You could be like, I have a sore throat and flu, or you just have COVID-19. Now, I remember Friday night, I was over, the boys' house, whatever, we were hanging out, whatever. Dan was like, oh, I feel really tired. Yeah, I want to hit the bed, man. So he was like, this early? It's like 10. Because 10, basically, for a 17-year-old kid, is pretty, that's pretty early, man. So I'm like eating breakfast already, Like, come on, dude, So, then I wake up Saturday, I have a fever. And then I was like, oh, I wanted to really do this video. But then I couldn't because I was like, I would just literally like, and they associate like getting tired easy with COVID, so I'm assuming that I had COVID a week ago. And for the rest of the week, I was quarantined from anything. I couldn't go shoot ball at the YMCA. Dang it. That sucks. But now it's Friday. I'm I'm fine now. So then I couldn't go to school for so now I can't go to school until next week. They pull this, well, you have to be, quarantined if you're around anybody with the COVID-19 virus. So, then presumably, I haven't been in school for a week now. Yeah. That means I haven't really done much schoolwork, Back to luckily I wasn't on no crazy Zoom call. That was great. But besides that, it wasn't that bad, it was definitely boring just sitting in one room for the entire day, because where else are you really gonna go, Right? You're sick, so it's like, what else are you really gonna do, And everyone else is sick, too. So that's assuming what has happened during the, past week here at Loud TV, We kind of saw videos, but we're hoping to catch it up for next week, because next week is Christmas week, because next week is Christmas Eve around this time, and the next week is New Year's, so we're hoping to, just get the content going again. Get the train rolling again. Alright, so this is the crazy, funny news block. We finally made it, folks. And I don't know if you guys have seen this, but, Big Mouth is back! You guys will like this. Yeah, come on, you guys like it. Oh boy, that was a good little treat right there. At least I hope it was. Big Mouth Billy Bass wanted to say hi, obviously. So the first thing we got was these cats were rescued and they were abandoned, but they were actually mini leopards. Like, what? How do you mess that thing up, man? And of course they were rescued, or else the story wouldn't have been told, so there's the ending right there. So, this family in Wisconsin just went to the Green Bay Packers game, the big game, right? And they won the big money. They won the lottery, right? So, with that lottery money, they went to the Packers game. And what did they get? They won a scratch ticket with 30,000 when they came back. Imagine if that's like if I went to like the Patriots game and I got back and I knew that I had won more money. So I won the money with the lottery. With that money, I went to the Packers game just so I could get more money when I came back. I'd be like shitting money in heaven, man. Like, that's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? In Minnesota, a teen has the biggest mouth, apparently. Clocking at 4 inches. He can do this. Apparently, his is like, so when he, oh, you got this, it's like 4 inches. Look how crazy it sounds like. When you talk like this, like, you're like in our universe. That's like wild. So this is like 4 inches. Yeah, so that's basically he has a big mouth, right? And finally, a barge in Canada was resting on a beach. So they just call it. So this beach is now called the Barge Chilling Beach. Pretty self-centered. Oh, what's the name of this beach? Yeah, it's a Barge Chilling Beach. Why's that? Because the barge is sitting right here. We don't know why it's sitting here, or we know it sank, but we're just gonna rename this place. This is what this place is called. Yeah, guys, that's it for this week. This episode of Friday Night Live. Hope you guys enjoyed it, you know. And from me and Big Billy here, have a good week. Can't see. Do you like not need to? Do you like not? Where you going, my camera? Did you like just really? Yo. What? I'm trying to make a video. What? Go on.
If you're seeing this, you're probably gay. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, jeez, I think, yeah, I think we're back now. That was interesting. Alright, so we got an instrument. Jeez, bro, that's wild. And that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, I recommend you guys please like and share this. And remember, guys, have a flipping amazing day.